Hey, we're live here, episode 18 of Moment by Moment. Man, it is flying by. This is our second episode of the all-new Clamps set in Series 4. Series 4 is so fire, so excited to have this going. And we got a special guest. We got King Brett here, as always, and me, 3Ball34. But our buddy joined us earlier here on the podcast. But this week we got the Mac Attack. What's up, man?
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
Buddy? Yes, sir. Mac Sauce. He's here. Appreciate you being here again with us, moment by moment. It's going to be fun breaking down some moments together and talking some ball.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Basketball, in case you're wondering what type of ball. Just to be clear.
Let's get it. I'm pumped. Thanks again for having me.
Of course.
Man. I know 3Ball is going to talk about the teams that we're going to go over and some stuff, but I have a question because we're going to be watching these moments, and something required for basketball is a court, right? And so of some sort, whether it's the street, your living room, whatever. But doing a little research on you, buddy, you're like a low-key, like, master woodsman craftsman over here. Like, what's up with the, like, when I saw this, I was like, Mac Attack needs to design and customize a wood, like, 9 Lives Lounge, WNBA, CNC, whatever it is, basketball court. Like, dude, you make the, like, cutting boards with, like, 18 color woods, and you're making chairs and table. Like, dude, tell me how'd you get into that, and what's that up with that? Like,
yeah, well, I appreciate you calling me a master because I am far from it, but I will take the flowers. I will take the credit.
Yeah.
So it actually started, I was looking for a bit of a career change, and my sister-in-law flips houses. She buys houses, restores them, all of that stuff. And so I helped her out for a summer just to see if, that was something I'd be into.
Yeah.
And I working with the power tools, working with, building things, like, just really, like, got the creative juices flowing, So I started looking online. I started spending way too much money on tools, and so it was one of those things where it's like, I want to start building these things. So my wife wanted a shoe rack. So I looked online, found a shoe rack design that I thought looked cool, and like, I'm going to figure it out. The cutting board was awesome. It was a pain, but I loved it. It was a lot of fun. And getting it done was great. Being able to, I gave that one to my mom. So being able to see her open that for Christmas was pretty awesome.
My man, what a skill. That's really cool.
Yeah, dude, but I love it.
There's like purples and golds and white washwoods and cherries, and the coloring was insane. Like, I don't even know, they don't make purple wood. You just stained, like, I don't even know how to do that. I sell knives for a living, but I don't know how to make a wood cutting board like that. Like, it's, for those of you listening and you can't see it, it's like a gigantic cutting board, and there's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 strips of different colors and woods and different stuff. It just looks sick. Like, how do you do it? Just tell us. Tell us your math.
Well, with the cutting board, so I actually did find a purple wood. It's called Purple Heart.
See, I'm already wrong.
It's very expensive, so it's not used often.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to work with. It's got you got to be real tricky with it, because if you get a splinter or something like that, it's got toxins in it that can, like, kind of emulate a bee sting. So you got to be pretty careful.
Purple wood, I'm sure.
Yeah,
pretty gnarly.
Yeah. And then I made a bookshelf where, for those that have seen it on Twitter, it's purple wood, but that's not actually purple wood. I stained that, and that took forever. I found a purple stain, and it put like 6 coats on that thing. But I mean, the trick is, like, get your wood sanded, finished, make it look all pretty, and then there's a stain for every color out there. Like, if you can imagine it, I guarantee you there's something out there that you can either paint it or stain it.
Blue would look really good on a cutting board or some stuff.
Hey, there you go.
And so if you ever want to make another one,
at the Mac Sauce 20, if you wanted to check it out, his Twitter account, he definitely posts some cool stuff about WNBA. But that's a really cool picture. I didn't think about the basketball court. What a cool idea.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. I would love to do something like that.
It's such a skill long term. That's to have at your young age. You're going to be able to use that forever. For if you need something, you're able to create it. With your own hands. And those tools that were so expensive, I look at those as investments as well. As long as you take care of them, you're gonna be able to use them for a long time and be able to fix those repairs around the house. Pretty easily.
Yeah. Well, I think the wife's already going to be mad at me because King Brett, you gave me a great idea. We got to finish our basement, and so we're going to have a game room area. Why not make that floor a basketball court floor?
Dude, that would be so sick.
Love it.
I was about to say what you just said. I've seen 3-Ball talk to his wife, and he's like, "So, honey, I mean, this tool, it's not just something we can use. Like, Brett has a lot of projects at his house, and we can invest and use at him, and we'll charge him money, and it'll help pay for the tool." Like, he's like all these creative ways of selling how to buy this brand new painter or whatever it is, and it's so great because you're right. As adults, we're kids, we're power tools, screw that. And now we're how can we talk our wife into letting us spend the money to go buy this stuff? It's just so
Dale,
cool.
no power tools.
Yeah. Dude, so with that cutting board, though, to compress all that wood, what'd you use?
So that is wood glue and clamps. Yeah, it's clamps. You got it. And not just any other clamps. I used parallel clamps.
Oh my goodness! You're burning. That's the perfect segue, man. That's incredible. Man. Parallel clamps. Brett, did you know what you were doing? Because that's awesome, right there.
I did. I mean, I knew I was tying in clamps, but the whole parallel, and then I'm just glad the clamps didn't explode yet. So let's. Who's this first team we're going to talk about today? I'm excited to check it out.
Man, what a segue. We're definitely going to talk clamps. I love the artwork. We talked a little bit about that last week. So cool that you used parallel clamps and why that's funny if you're not sure. Series 4, they started using parallels. And so when this reel came out, there's actually parallels of it. And it was when the Mavericks, I was higher in the leaderboard, so I was able to get a different parallel than the base, which was really cool in this set. More people allowed to get number ones, more people allowed to get perfect serials, things like that. Yeah. So the more the merrier.
Better for the common collector to finally be able to get a grail, if you will, of your team or your player of your choice. So that's pretty cool.
That was more eloquently said. I like that better. Yeah. What Brett said, that's what we're going to go with.
I've been practicing that line for 2 days in preparation. So I just didn't know when I was going to use it, but I've been practicing it.
There you go.
Awesome. Well, let's see. Today's going to be fun. We got 3 good moments. Let's see. We're going to start here with the New Orleans Pelicans.
Cafe Mondieu.
And I left the music here on purpose because we got a little dancing, and I just enjoyed it. I don't know why. I usually cut it, and it felt really right, so I left it on here. New Orleans Pelicans. The clamps. It's full of defensive plays. Fun to see the steals, the blocks, transition, and then you get to see Zion and people like that finish in the play. Really cool, exciting plays in this one.
Oh, yeah, that dunk was great. But you're absolutely right. The defense doesn't get enough credit, man. Even these nice steals, be able to read the passing lane, that nice block right there.
Good block. Yeah.
Paul George telling him no, thank you. And then you got the big man following up to get the rebound, transition right here, creating offense from defense and finishing the other end. You got to love it.
Yeah. Great moment. And the curation on these reels, man, they've done such a great job on reels.
They really
I love it too. We discussed it last week that it's able to get more players involved, get Najee Marshall and get other people with Devontae Graham and throw them all in a moment together. It kind of gives, like you said, the defense some recognition, but the team some recognition.
Yeah, absolutely.
The cool thing, too, is if you look, there's some players that are in some of these clamp moments that don't have a top shot moment yet. They don't have a debut. But they're got a cameo in this moment. So it's kind of like it's some of their top shot debuts like low key, no one knows about yet. So it's really
Yeah.
kind of cool if you actually watch your moments, people. There's some really cool stuff in there. This is moment by moment, and we do break and watch them down. So it's just really cool. It's awesome to see. I was kind of like real moments. Like, I don't know about this. And then the first one I watched, I was like, bet I like this a lot. Like, it's just great. It's like
I love them.
All this greatness all in one. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like you said, it doesn't get enough recognition. It's just, it's great. Even if you're not a Pelicans fan, I'll still watch that moment, which I'm not, but I do like their food. So
they do have good food.
Pelicans, New Orleans.
They do have good food. Loved going to New Orleans. Great trip. Any beignets, any oysters, anything like that down that way, I'm definitely in for sure.
Yeah.
Great first moment, boys.
Cafe Du Monde. You'll get some coffee, espresso.
There you go. Somebody who's been there before. Mac, you ever been to New Orleans?
I've been once, but it was so long ago. Don't remember it. I was only there for a couple of days too, so it's been a long time. Yeah, this was middle school. A long time ago. So
if you haven't listened yet, we talked to Mac earlier this week on the CNC podcast, and we discussed him going to all 50 states is the goal with his wife, and so asking him that to see if they'd crossed off New Orleans yet. But still got that one on the list.
Oh yeah. We're fighting on when we want to go.
Yeah, you got to make that
She
one
wants
happen.
to take a cruise out of there. I want to go during Mardi Gras. Like you got to get the real, real Orleans experience, real Nolans experience. You got to go to Mardi Gras.
I'll just say, if you go for Mardi Gras, prepare yourself mentally and physically before you go. It is a whole nother animal. As someone who's been a couple times during Mardi Gras, I will say just do a lot of mental and physical preparation. Drink a lot of water.
Good to know.
So we'll segue that with New Orleans from a team that used to be in New Orleans and then moved up to Utah.
They had to get out of
Utah
there.
Jazz here.
And this is against New Orleans too, isn't it?
It is. So we got flip-flop. They were on offense first, or they were in the first moment as their clamps, and now they're going to be punished here.
Now they're getting clamped.
Walker
That
Kessler
right
off the bat, throwing Zion out of there.
Yeah, making a name for himself.
Yeah.
As a rookie, man, the rookie debut set has been such a cool one in S4. So it's cool to see the ones that got to play a lot. Him being one that was in the ranks there throughout the season. He had a special season for Utah.
Yeah, for sure. I think everybody in Utah, like, man, who expected them to have the season that they had? Laurie going nuts, Kessler going nuts. It's a great season.
The only people I think that thought that. The only people that thought that were Utah fans, I think.
There you go.
And they might not have
to do something special,
I love that they use different parts for the intros, and sometimes it's a huddle, sometimes it's the guys get introduced. I love the clips they're using pregame, and even at the end of the moment, they show a timeout or the finish of the game. Something where they're high-fiving and got some facial expressions. I love the reactions they're bringing out in Series 4.
Yeah, and that just shows you like how much they've stepped their game up. Like if you look at Series 1, Series 2, Series 1, a lot of the sets were the same moment, just a different artwork, and now we've got stuff like this. It's just, man, like it blows my mind how people aren't watching these.
Right.
Like if you're not aware of Series 1, what he's referencing, there's one moment for Zion, and there's a common, a rare, and it's legendary. It's all the same moment, and they're just different titles. So when you watch it, it's the same play they're using. It's just a different tier in the collection.
Yeah, they really they're killing it. Series 4 moments are by far the best that they have done, and I can't wait to see Series 5. Like, they're going to build on this, and that's crazy to think about.
Shout out to the content curators, Austin Kent and Brown and Soul, man. It is so fire. We're loving what they're doing right now. Some bench reactions. Love
Dude, that's what I was gonna say. Like you brought it up, Mac. Like series 1, the moments are great, but series 2, summer, series 3, series 4, like you watch the progressions, and I feel like now, whether it's the WNBA moments, it's the NBA moments, it's what you want as a collector or in the fan. It's what you want the moment to be. It's the
Yeah.
intros, the exits, the emotions. And I've said this on some pods in the past. For me, I know if I love a moment, if it creates or elicits emotion when I watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So if I watch that moment, I'm like, like, oh my gosh, did you see that block? Like that's a moment to me. If I watch it, I'm like, like I don't necessarily, that's not something I'm going to be pumped about collecting as much as the others. And I feel like the problem with that is S4, most of them I'm like, like, and it's like, hey, now I got to collect them all.
Yes,
if I can,
100%.
budget willing.
Yeah, you can even telling the difference. So WNBA this year has 2 Series 4. Like, so we had Series 4 last year, and we're continuing Series 4 with the new WNBA season. Just that gap, I see like massive growth. Like the moments are even better, and it's still the same series. The moments are just incredible. Like the Jackie the Jackie Young MGLE is sick this year. Chelsea Gray's MGLE this year, amazing. And it's like these players had moments last year, but they've gotten like they're just skyrocketing, elevating their game. So shout out to curators.
That's why I'm loving us doing this show. We did 2 series 2 sets, and now we've moved to series 4, and just it's night and day the difference and what they're doing. So definite shout out to them, and it makes it tough because me and Brett couldn't be more sold on S1 as the OGs. It's the original. There's bubble moments, like we got to get S1, and now they're even coming down even more to being attainable levels, but it's tough when you go back and watch those versus the new ones. Like the new ones are so awesome.
So good.
So it definitely creates a problem there, but that's why we just got to get both.
Yeah, 100%. You just got to get both.
Yeah. All right. I want to leave enough time for this last one to breathe because we got a Pacers fan here and then we got a Pacers moment. So let's have a good time watching the Indiana Pacers clamps. This is going to be a good time.
So I was super pumped when this moment came out because my favorite parallel of this set is the bubble. The bubbled artwork. I absolutely love it. And that is the moment that I got from the leaderboard. It's like it was perfect. And look at that amazing block. Miles Turner does not get enough credit, folks.
No, he doesn't.
Indiana's had a great history of bigs. You know, Roy Hibbert was a great defensive player for a long time in Indiana. Then we got Miles Turner. Pumped he got that extension. Such a huge presence, and that great steal right there by Hallie.
Yeah, for a while they were kind of worried he wasn't going to get that extension, and I think that was a big piece for them to lock up, for sure.
No pun intended. He's huge. Yeah, he's from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Went to Trinity here in the area. But yeah, he's a monster inside. He is a block party every night and just rejecting people and keeping people from getting to the rim. He's a definite. He's even increased his 3-point percentage and done better in that in his later in his career. So good for him on getting the extension.
Euless Trinity boy, how do you know, Mac? How old is he? Is he he didn't play against you, 3-ball, or anyone that like?
No, he's younger. He's younger than us.
Yeah, I think he's maybe 29, 28.
Yeah, he's not quite as old as we are, but
mean, you can't see my gray hair from here, so get out of here.
There you go. But there's some youth in here, like you mentioned, Tyrese Halliburton. He's such a spark plug on defense. You could see him throughout this moment. He's even when he's not the person getting the steal or the person making the play, he's creating stuff by the things he's doing and making other players that are getting the steal or the block because of what he's doing.
Absolutely. And that what King Brett, you said it perfectly when we were talking about the Jazz moment. There's a lot of people in this that either don't have a moment on Top Shot or maybe only have one or two, don't get a lot of recognition. That's small market teams in a nutshell, honestly. Like we talk about how I said Miles Turner doesn't get enough credit, and that's partly because the juggernaut that is the NBA and how much coverage it gets. Even in a small market team, it's not enough coverage. So it's cool that these reels exist, and we get to see that right there. Just plays like that epitomize players and teams and what they're all about. It's great.
We get a lot of flack from Chewy, the Sacramento captain, because we'll complain about Dallas being small market and that we don't get enough attention. And he's like, you don't know what small market means. And so, like, it definitely stinks to have just talent on your team and they don't get the recognition that they deserve. And there's several players here for sure that I'm seeing in the play, but definitely Miles, as you mentioned. I love the descriptions. I brought that up last week, and they do such a good job writing them. Time Lord, shout out. And there's some really cool information in there. Rockets got out to a big start, and Indiana was not playing well. Got down 20 early and ended up forcing 17 turnovers by the Rockets and ended up winning the game 99-91.
17 turnovers.
Yeah. So just lock them up, put the clamps on them, if you will.
Clamp.
Yeah, incredible.
Dude, since we're watching this, like, tell us who are you excited about watching this season with them? Like, who's a young guy that you're excited about, or the veteran, or like what excites you when you think about your team this year?
Give us the Pacers hot takes.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm extremely glad that Turner's back. I've loved him since day one. Been a huge fan of his. I love Halliburton, so that's going to be extremely exciting. I'm excited to see Mathurin take the next step. I think that Carlisle in recent years has not been very rookie friendly, and I think that he's really going to.
We're aware.
Yeah, I think he's going to really let Mathurin.
I remember him quite well.
Yeah. Like he played DSJ and Luka because he had to. He didn't have any other options. But I think now that Mathurin's got some time under his belt, that's the player I'm most excited about. Is probably Mathurin.
Another guy that hasn't really gotten that much hype, and that guy's a stud. He can flat play, and he came in ready to go right from the get-go as well. He's been fun to watch.
Yeah, low key, I think he's gonna, if he keeps progressing, he's gonna quickly become a really big name out there.
I mean, he really started out hot in the season. I mean, it was Paolo and him, in my opinion, for Rookie of the Year. Obviously, Paolo pretty far ahead, but and then a lot of the rookies caught fire early, later on, and Carlisle was being Carlisle, and rest is history. But yeah, Mathurin, I'm very, very excited for his future here in Indy.
What are your thoughts on Jalen Smith and Brissett, more youth movement out there in Indiana?
Yeah, I like Jalen Smith a lot. I played fantasy NBA, and he was my I played a dynasty, like rookie only type thing, and he was my first pick back in his rookie season. So I'm excited about Jalen Smith. I'm glad he's getting an opportunity in Indy that he was never going to get in Phoenix. So really excited about him. Brissett's fantastic, great defensive player. We see him right here. We're gonna be pretty good. We're gonna be pretty good. I'm excited.
Love it.
I love the reactions there.
Go ahead, King Brett.
I was just saying that at the end there, like, it's just, I keep watching this moment because it's on loop, and it's like the intro of the moment, and you see all these guys coming out high-fiving, and in the end, and then after the big play, it's just so great to watch.
Yeah, that's all in the first minute of the game right there. That play on defense, that's just to start the game. They were hyped and ready to go.
And that energy from Miles Turner, he brings that every game.
Yep, he's holding it down there inside. There he is again, playing defense. He created the play, and then Halliburton got the benefit with the steal and the dunk. God, he's special.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this. I'm a diehard Mavs fan, but there's certain players across the league like you just can't help but liking, that you can't help but disliking. Halliburton's one of those that I really like. Like, I have quite a few of his moments when I look through my collection, and I'm like, dang, all right, that's what's up, low key. Like, I like him a lot, so I'm excited to see his future and kind of where he takes it, and if he really steps up. And I think he could have a really big pivotal role, even more than he already has on the team. Really become like one of those leaders and really kind of take it to the next level, which would be exciting, especially as a fan like you are. So.
Yeah, it helps that I'm as close as I am. I unfortunately can't watch any of the games live unless I'm there because I don't have Bally Sports, so I can't do
South,
that.
North,
League
East,
Pass, of
West,
course,
quadrants.
exactly.
There's so
And
many
then
now.
the League Pass blackouts or whatever. But man, like it's so fun to watch. The two teams that like never fails. I'm watching them. It's Dallas and it's the Pacers. I'm watching as much of those as I possibly can.
I do love that you said Dallas first. I'm just saying, I do love that.
Dallas is the first love, man. It's the first love.
Love it. Priorities. We had some great moments today. The Pelicans, the Jazz, and the Pacers. Not going to ask you to choose your favorite because that's obviously pretty biased there. But just looking at Series 4, what do you guys? I know we've been talking about it throughout the episodes, but just what's standing out to you? What do you love about something you saw today, or about all three moments? What are you seeing?
Well, I'll go first, I guess. I absolutely love the intent. I feel like the intent in like choosing the moments. They're taking their time and they're dedicating real intent and real effort into figuring out, not just like we saw with these real moments, figuring out, okay, are we doing a huddle? Are we doing, the player introductions? What's going into this to make this moment special? And the intent behind that. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Great answer. What you got, King Brett?
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't want to follow that up.
No.
No, I getting in when I got in S2 midway through. There was a lot of like FOMO of all these moments I could never afford, but I wanted. And I just think that when I was going through the process, I was just a random person. And even if I said, I wish this, it would never happen. Right. And I feel like S4, I feel like it's the first time that these moments and sets are created along with the collectors, listening to our feedback and saying, dude, we really want to see this. We want more of this. We want less of it. Like, I feel like it's something that for the first time, they're putting together all the stuff we've been asking for in this perfect packaged moment. And I say perfect, never stop improving, Top Shot, just saying. But like from where you started to where you are now, it's a huge leaps and bounds. And it's just cool. It feels like I'm actually a part of collecting and manifesting and creating these moments, even though I'm just one of the hundreds of thousands of people out there. It really I feel like for the first time I have ownership of some of these moments. And to me, that's really exciting. And it really makes me excited for S5 in the future. And S4 is wrapping up soon. A lot of sets are closing out, which is exciting. And it's just one step closer to the next NBA tip off and the next season and all the hype starting to get going. So that's my vibes. That's what I'm thinking.
I love that answer. Can I change mine to that?
You guys are
that was amazing.
Those are two really good answers, guys. I don't really know. We'll just wrap it up right here. No,
yeah, right.
Mac, I mean, you hit it with intent. That's incredible. Brett, what I hear you saying is implementation. They're listening and implementing those things. So I guess I'll stay with the theme and go with another I. The innovation. You mentioned the technology they're using, the camera angles, the slow-mo that they're implementing in this series, the before and after of the shots. They're showing the plays in full to give it context. We're getting pre-game stuff. We're even getting draft footage in some of the legendary moments. We're getting bench reactions. We talk about the throwdown set, and we're seeing it here in the clamps. In S4, the bench being fired up about what their team's doing and showing that. That's an incredible part. So I love what they're all doing, and we getting to see it in these 3 moments, and especially in this set, in the clamp set series 4. So great answers, guys. I don't know if I even got close, but
oh yeah, yeah, that
yeah.
was
And did we all start with eyes? Like the words were all
We
eyes.
did,
Like
yeah.
that's pretty random too.
yeah,
Man.
like we got the vibes going. We're all on the same page right here. I love
Vibes off the chart, baby. That's what we always say down here in Texas. Vibes off the chart.
We say a lot of things down here in Texas, but before we get into that, the Max Sauce 20, man, I appreciate your time today. Thanks so much for joining us, buddy. You got so much going on. This is great, just breaking down some basketball, talking Pacers with you. Me and King Brett really appreciate your time.
Hey, I appreciate the invite. Like it was a pleasant surprise getting that message. So thank you all so much for thinking about me.
Sure, man.
Thanks for all the good vibes. Like just, man, you guys are awesome. Thank you.
Dude, for sure. Thank you for everything you do for the community, co-creator, the WNBA, like just everything you're doing. Keep doing it. Keep putting it out there. And you'll see us in playback really soon, bud. So.
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
Keep up the good vibes, everybody. Episode 18, a moment by moment. Checking out the clamps together. Appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good one.
All righty.
Yes, sir.